And now a News 8 update on the murder of Gettysburg College student. News 8's George Lettuce is live in Gettysburg with the newly released court documents. Right, George?
Caitlin, good afternoon. These court papers are now providing some of the gruesome detail in the murder of Emily Silverstein last Thursday morning. When medics arrived, they found the bloody body of Silverstein in the bathtub, partially covered by a shower curtain. Documents also show Silverstein arrived at her ex-boyfriend Kevin Schaefer's apartment that morning. They got in a physical fight. She ended up on the floor. He got on top of her, strangled her. He then got a steak knife from his desk and then stabbed her in the neck.
Do I think sexual violence happens at Gettysburg?
There definitely is sexual violence on campus. I think just like everywhere else in the world, it does exist at Gettysburg College. I think the issue that we deal with on our campus much more is the acquaintance type of situation, acquaintance assault, acquaintance rape.
I think most students believe that sexual assaults of any type are probably going to occur or be the result, the assailant's going to be the result of someone they don't know. I think where they may be naive is that the majority of student sexual assaults are student-on-student sexual misconduct cases.
The most common scenario, I would say, is two students, both of whom have been drinking. Sometimes it has been kind of preconceived that this, let's go out and get someone intoxicated, let's get really drunk, and who knows what will happen.
Gettysburg parties are so much fun. They allow us all to hang out with our friends, drink casually, and let loose on the weekends.
And other times I think it's just completely accidental. Signals getting crossed.
We typically are notified of roughly anywhere between 2 and 5 sexual assault incidents that occur on campus.
You know, Gettysburg is very small, so if you do maybe do something stupid or something like sexual assault, obviously a lot more serious, could be detrimental. But I think things like that usually stay under wraps. People obviously aren't flaunting that around campus.
One of their biggest fears is that their friends will judge them. Everyone knows everyone. The rumor mill here appears to be really strong, and so I think they're afraid of being labeled. I think, well, that's that girl. That's the one.
I joined Cheers because I wanted to be involved in awareness about alcohol, the overuse of alcohol, and raising awareness about sexual assault. Cheers stands for communicating a healthy environment by educating responsible students. It basically started as a peer leadership thing because Gettysburg sometimes has high numbers of people who get reported. It was basically to raise awareness about situations and how to handle them and how to avoid them and what to do if you see them happening.
The men specifically is to not be bystanders, to be active participants in this process.
Most of the time it starts at the freshmen because the freshmen have less of an idea of what to expect when they go to a party or when they start drinking.
So as first-year students come to campus, one of the first things we want to do within that first 6-week window is educate both the men and the women on the issue of sexual assault and the high rate of incidents that occur on college campuses.
I'm Stephanie Sellers. I'm the director of the Women's Center here at Gettysburg College. We have a commitment to raising awareness and having educational programming and events on campus to look at issues of sexual assault.
We do a lot of things. We do like activities and health relationship group discussions about like what it means to be in a health relationship and what isn't a health relationship. And then we also help victims of sexual assault.
Another focus of the Women's Center is to have awareness and empowerment for our young women.
We do Take Back the Night, and like we collaborate with like Vagina Monologues for the spring.
Vagina Monologues has had quite a history on campus. This year is actually the 11th year. Significant because it allows people to have that space to talk about what they experienced if they want to. Two girls come up to me and were like, wow, like, I feel really empowered after doing it. And I was like, yes, that's the goal. And then you read these stories and you're like, oh my gosh, these are all people of the Gettysburg community. I don't know who they are, but enough stories there for you to realize, like, this happens to people that you know, in places that you know. Gettysburg is a small liberal arts college, and it happens here. I know we've talked a little bit before about all of the opportunities in Gettysburg. Survivors is huge. For instance, you have Survivors Inc., the domestic shelter in town. They're always there. There are trained staff there to talk to if you're experiencing an abusive relationship or you've experienced sexual abuse or assault.
I'm Terry Hamrick. I'm the president and CEO of Survivors. Folks tend to think about Gettysburg and this area and the college of being kind of an island where these types of things don't happen. And unfortunately, we know that they do. Have a 24-hour hotline that is staffed, by our staff all the time. We are never closed. What we really recommend is if something like this has happened, give your local program like Survivors a call.
I'm Josh Warfield. I'm a client service specialist at Survivors Incorporated. I've been with Survivors for the past 4 months or so. I have a background in feminist studies and women's studies, and so that combined with my counseling, I thought this would be a good job to put my theory to practice and also to help people in need.
We know that if folks don't receive service or don't come into care, and that doesn't mean that you have to prosecute, that, this is not something that goes away, because unfortunately this isn't about sex, it's violence.